This is a Warden. Yeah, I can talk about how, yeah, that might be a good video too. Okay, so Warden, right? I am a half elf Warden, and half elf is good for multiple reasons. But so one thing on the Warden, the reason Wardens are really strong right now is because of this one move called Trap Master. So it's on my X right now. But if you look at Trap Master, right here, it grants a chance that any attack could spawn a trap on your target for 30 seconds. This cannot spawn more than one trap every 4 seconds, right? So what this really allows you to do is control a fight, right? So whenever you get into a fight, you'll hit Trap Master and you'll put down all of your AoEs, and your AoEs continuously hit people that are in it. And that will will have a chance to proc Trap Master every single time, right? And not only does that give you traps, you also have a trap on a 12-second cooldown that you can put down. So if somebody's running at you, you trap them, right? And then also your backflip lays down a trap, right? So with a Warden, you want to think about traps. Okay, you're putting down traps, you're trying to stun people, you're trying to apply the dots that the traps provide. So if you look at Warden here, concussive traps, because I'm a Warden, grants a barrier when triggered once every 5 seconds and max, and has reduced cooldown, right? So that's one buff for your traps, right? And then there's also minors that you can take that will make your traps better. And the reason that I went half elf, for instance, is because it gives you an extra minor slot. So I have 4 minors on my half elf. If I was another race, I would only have 3 max. And if you see, all my minors are toxic trap, fairy trap, explosive traps. All of these minors add dots or add debuffs and add effects to all of my traps. Toxic trap adds black mantle, right? Fairy trap adds fairy fire, right? Explosive trap adds burning damage. So this just stacks all of your traps. And then Hunter's really good because it gives you shadow alertness, and shadow alertness is a really good ability for detecting stealthers and being able to put out extra damage. You see, it increases your group's attack power by 50. So even if you're not fighting stealthers, you still want to use that ability when you're in a fight. Okay, so that's kind of the Warden trap part, right? I am a melee Warden. You can build Wardens multiple different ways. I'm focused on melee Warden. So if you look at my build, I got both of these 2 stat bundles that increase my dexterity. Dexterity is the default attack power stat for Wardens and Rangers. I also took Cross Slash because it's just a great damaging ability. It causes a bleed. It has a good combo, right? I took Sweep for the disengage. This is great movement, and it also is a stun too. So your disengage is really important to get good at and know when to use. So say you're fighting somebody and they're on your face, right? And you're in their circle. Oh, you're fighting a Templar and they got their circle on the ground and you're in that shit and they're just fighting you, and you need to get out of that. You hit your sweep, you hit your disengage, and now you're in your range tray and you're far away from them. And because you're a ranger, you have a bow, obviously, but you have a default ability that comes for a ranger called rapid fire. This is a really good ranged attack, and it has a very low cooldown and it does a shit ton of damage. So being able to disengage and then hold down rapid fire, if you have a decent bow, you're doing pretty good damage on a Warden, right? Okay, so next thing that is important for a melee Warden is draining blades. This grants lifesteal. Well, grants lifesteal increase by 10% while you're in your melee tray, right? If you look at the ultimate for Rangers, it's called Sustain. It grants 40% lifesteal for 30 seconds, and you have restored 30% of until you've restored 30% of your maximum health. So draining blades increases this by 10%, right? So it's great. It's great. It's an outstanding combination, right? And then for Warden, I took all of the I guess they're Warden talents, right? Steel traps and Trap Master. Trap Master is that one ability that we talked about. Steel traps increases the duration, right? And applies bleeds. So your traps are just applying dots, right? They're doing huge things, right? And then domains, domains are what you choose at the end of your build, that they unlock different disciplines, right? And so disciplines are kind of like abilities. You have major disciplines, which are like active abilities, and minor disciplines, which we were talking about over here, right? Minor disciplines, these are passives, or some of them can be actives, but most of them are passives. I went dark, so the domain dark unlocks majors and minors that I wouldn't have unless I was the domain dark, right? So I went Corrupted Soul, and Corrupted Soul gives me access to Soul Steal, which is another lifesteal type of ability. So I'm already doing lifesteal because of my Draining Blades. I'm already doing lifesteal because of my ultimate, and now I also have Corrupted Soul, which gives me Soul Steal, which is a big AoE, right? An AoE lifesteal that's on the ground, and it does damage, right? And this triggers your Trap Master. So as you're fighting people, you put down your Soul Steal, you're fighting inside of it, you pop your Trap Master, your Soul Steal's triggering your Trap Master, stunning people, you're healing off of Soul Steal, you're healing off of your ultimate, and you're just putting out a shit ton of damage, right? And then I took Lord of the Forest, mainly for Wii 1, all right? Wii 1 reduces the damage bonus by 20 in the targeted area for 30 seconds. This is really good to combo with your Soul Steal, right? So you put down Soul Steal, you put down Wii 1. Now, not only are they taking damage and you're healing, they're also doing less damage than you. And with your Trap Master up, they're getting stunned. So they're basically in a zone of fuck you, right? That's literally, they're in a zone of fuck you. And you're basically at that point just trying to put out as much damage as possible. So you're rotating in auto attacks, you're hitting your lacerations, you're hitting your cross slash, you're stunning if they get out of a trap, right? You're using your stun to get out of a trap, you're putting down Soul Steal on cooldown, you're putting down Wii 1 on cooldown, you're putting down traps on cooldown, and then you also have the passive for being a half elf, which is called Bandit's Armor, which gives you protections, right? And then you also have what we talked about earlier, which is that perception from Hunter, and you're just smacking dicks, really, right? And then a good strategy for wardens is you want to like, I'm a melee warden, right? My build is all around melee, but it doesn't mean I'm never going to go in my range tray, right? It doesn't mean I'm never going to go into my range tray. I'm going to go into my range tray when I'm getting fucked, right? When my circles are losing to somebody else's circles, right? If I'm fighting a Templar, I ain't winning that fucking close range fight. It's not happening, right? So I have to put down my stuff, hit him with the Trap Master, put down a trap, backflip out, right? Backflip out, and then hit him with the rapid fire. And this whole time he's getting stunned, he's getting ticked, he's getting Wii 1, he's getting non-stop. I can put down the protection state, so I'm taking less damage, right? I'm hitting him with the auto attack from the bow, I'm hitting him with rapid fire. When he gets close to me again, I switch back to my range tray. Wii 1 will be off of cooldown. I hit another trap, I put down another Soul Steal, I hit him with maybe a cross slash and a laceration, hit him with the bleeds, right? Pop my ultimate. It's good synergies. God damn it. I was so dumb that you almost killed me because I was fucking around too hard.